Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Elon Musk is shaking in his boots. Yeah, fam. Tesla got some competition. Now I know what you're saying. Tesla's always had competition. They've been killing everybody. Not so fast. They don't have competition like they have now in Burkina Faso, Africa. Yeah, fam. They got some African engineers in Burkina, and they came together to build a cold-blooded electric vehicle that will rival Tesla. And I'm gonna be first in line to buy it, fam. As soon as I can get my hands on one, I'm getting me one. But I suspect I might have to ship it or some type of way. They probably outlaw it, fam. Because they're not gonna allow Africa to come over here and get money like they go to Africa and get money, right? Like they go to Africa and drain resources. You know, it's gotta be a one-sided deal or it's not a deal, right? Elon Musk is shaking his boots, he's nervous. This is the reason why Elon Musk always got something slick to say about Africa now. Everything that he does is a money play. Elon is one of those who have been fanning the flames of white genocide in Africa. You know, I think they had, 57 Afrikaners who came to America, who Trump gave a bunch of money to and gave them a fast track to citizenship, free education, all kinds of stuff. 57 of them. Genocide in Africa. Fam, when's the last time you've heard of 57 people constituting genocide? You mean to tell me that all the other people, all the other white people in South Africa didn't want to escape genocide? How come they only brought 57 people? Must have been part of the budget. They must have had budget limits, right? Now, fam, this is hatred, and here's the deal. That president for Burkina Faso, he must be protected at all costs. Anytime an African leader gets serious about putting his people first, he becomes public enemy number one to America. And thus starts the propaganda. Yeah. They're already trying to make it seem like he's some evil dictator, right? Isn't it amazing how when you love your people, you come under attack? But if you hate your people, if you sell your people out, if you just look out for yourself, typically, you know, everything turns out good for you. That is absolutely amazing how that works. It even works in the United States. Turn your back on the people, get all you can for yourself. Promise everything, deliver nothing. And you can be the president of the United States. We have to be extremely careful over the next few months and years because they are going to try to make a move on President Traoré's life. Watch. The way the propaganda works is make him seem like a nuisance. Make him seem like an enemy to the rest of the world. If you can't make him an enemy to his people, make him an enemy to the rest of the world. Now, trust you me, they're going to be able to get to some people either in his country or right outside of his country to create enemies and discourse, right? This is what they do. They're going to get some sellout coconut to try to make a move on him, right? At the very least, to try to discredit him. This is what they do. They use your own people first to try to discredit you. When that don't work, then they try to isolate you and try to mess with your money, right? Try to cut you off financially. If that don't work, then they try to move in to kill you, and they still try to use your own people to do it. They can't find your people to do it. They use the propaganda machine once again to try to make it seem like he was some type of threat to national security, to world security in this situation. So that's what they're working on right now. They're trying to make this man look like a bad guy. Let me tell you how serious President Traoré is about his people. He reduced the salaries of ministers and politicians by 30% and increased the salaries of civil servants by 50%. I ain't got no problem with that, but some of y'all do, and that's why we talking about it. Yeah, they can't stand to see black folks prosper. They always talk, well, you can't self-govern, you need our help. Nah, we don't need your help. We've proven it, even in the United States, that we do not need the help of outsiders. We can self-govern. But what happens when we do? The jealousy comes in, the jealousy sets in, and they figure out a way to try to destroy the people, destroy the movement, destroy the leaders. Yeah, they are after the president of Burkina Faso as we speak. They're shaking in their boots. They can't stand to hear a black man stand on to and say, we do not need America. We don't need the West. We have everything we need right here. Africa is richly endowed with natural resources, including minerals, energy resources, and agricultural land. It has everything it needs to be self-sufficient and independent. It don't need anything from any other country. It has everything it needs right there. All they got to do is come together, and it's a wrap. I mean, come together no matter what. Sellouts, they got to go. One of President Traoré's bodyguards actually revealed that they tried to give him $5 million to execute him. He refused, based on ethics. Yeah. He said, I would rather live as a lion in the wild than to live like a dog in their country. He said he would not have his children, he would not have them mock him. He would not have people in his own land mock him and his family for doing such a low-down, uncivilized thing. And that's what we got to get back to. What do you think the chances are of someone in Afghanistan or Iraq actually murdering their own president? Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Their whole family, hell, they'll kill their whole family. It wouldn't just be no ridiculing. They would wipe out their entire bloodline. Yeah, that's heavy. But that's what they would do. I'm glad that they've come up with this electric car, because I actually like electric cars. I like the quietness of them. I like that. But I refuse to buy a Tesla. I don't think that the Mercedes, I haven't seen a Mercedes electric car that I like enough to buy. But the Tesla, I would absolutely not buy a Tesla, because it's one thing that this dude already don't like us. And it's one thing to drive his vehicle. It's another thing to ride around advertising. You know, everywhere you go, you advertise in Tesla. And this is a guy that hates your guts. This is a guy, even if you're not black, he hates your guts. See, a lot of people don't get that part. All they see is that skin color, and they think he's for them. No, he's for himself. This is why he and Donald Trump gets along so well. But you know what, fam? Having said all that, I wouldn't buy a Tesla no way, because I think it's one of the ugliest cars on the streets. I know people who got those cars, and the only reason they got them because of Elon Musk. They think it's some type of status symbol. It is by far the ugliest damn car that's on the highway. And ain't no telling when one's gonna blow up on you. You can't tell me if a black person built that car, owned that car, you can't tell me that that car would be allowed to be on the streets. The first time it would have had any type of problems, they would have, oh, no, you can't sell that here. No, the car is a defect. And guess what will happen? Besides them making a ridicule of the car, they would have had a number of coconuts talking bad about the car. They would have been saying all kinds of stuff about how ghetto the car is and all of that. But they ain't said nothing. They quiet as a church mouse about these old faulty Teslas. I wonder why. I can't figure it out, fam. Drop a comment. Maybe you can help me with this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.